What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media and welcome back for another live Pokemon Showdown session. Today we're going to be trying something new. That's right, FU is a new thing. Apparently it's below PU, and PU, for those of you that don't know, is below NU. So you have the most underused Pokemon ever in this tier. I don't think it's an official tier. I think it's just something that Smogon does monthly. They just kind of have a special thing, and this is what's going on right now, and I think sounds like it's right up my alley, and it's right up your alley as well, so I figured I would show it to you guys. We're going to do a short little session. Not short, it's the same as all of the other ones. I don't know why I'm saying that. It's going to be 5 episodes long. I just got back from vacation. This is the first thing that I'm recording. I don't really know a lot about what the meta is looking like right now in the other tiers. I know there were some tier shifts and Pokemon moving up and down. Greninja got banned. I really have to research all this stuff and try to get my competitive legs back under me, if you know what I mean. I'm going to be a little bit rusty, so you're going to have to bear with me here, but I just figured that this would be kind of a fun thing that we can do here to kick off me being back from vacation. Once I get a bunch of things recorded, we'll try to get more than one video a day, but for now, I'm just going to try to catch up on things. Majora's Mask will be returning to the channel, as well as Soul Silver, all that good stuff. But that should be discussed at a different time. We have Electabuzz here. That's the usual Pokemon you see on the channel. It's Life Orb, Timid, Hidden Power Ice, and Focus Blast, all that fun stuff. Not a whole lot to go over there. Basically just the standard Electabuzz. I chose the Life Orb over a choice item just because I have another choice Pokemon, which we'll get to later. But then we have Tyke, the Dwebble with Eviolite, and Sturdy Stealth Rock Spikes, Counter, which works out surprisingly well, and Rock Blast. It's a physically defensive set, Impish Nature, all that good stuff. We have the 248 EVs in HP, just so that gives us an odd number. We can switch in on Stealth Rocks if need be. Usually that's a last resort thing since I have Sturdy, but you know what I'm saying. Then we have Flora the Meganium, which is a staple to this channel. She's all over the place. I don't think the Meganium that I have is actually nicknamed Flora, but I decided to just go with that because it's kind of self-explanatory, honestly. Alright, so we have a specially defensive set here. Synthesis, Aromatherapy, Giga Drain, and Dragon Tail. Basically the same thing I always use. Then we have Tusk, the Fracture, another Pokemon you've seen on the channel. I've got a couple of different ones. This time I decided to go with the Dragon Dance sets. I also have Aqua Tail and Night Slash as the coverage moves over Poison Jab, because when I tried out this tier just with a couple of matches, I didn't see any Fairy-type Pokemon. I know Clefairy is able to be used here, but I just haven't seen it. So we're going to stick with Night Slash and Aqua Tail for now. Adamant Nature, because Dragon Dance already gives us a boost in speed. Then we have Wartortle, which is going to be our Rapid Spinner. Physically defensive with Eviolite. The ability could go either way. You could do Torrent or Rain Dash. I just went with Torrent. Bold Nature to increase our defense, of course. Then we have Scald and Rapid Spin, which are standards. Haze, which works surprisingly well against people who love to just come in and set up all over the place. And Toxic pretty much just rounds out the set. I thought about putting in either Mirror Coat or Counter on there, but we already have Counter on Tyke, so yeah, I may go back in and change that later on. I'm not really sure, but that's what I'm going to stick with for now. I know a lot of these Pokemon are kind of standard-ish, except for Tyke with the random Counter. I mean, I guess Haze isn't standard either. I don't know what I'm talking about. Moving on, this is the real wild card of the team. We have Scales the Ninjask, Choice Banded with Infiltrator. We're not even going with the speed boost because Servine is everywhere. Contrary Servine apparently is now a thing. I didn't even know it was legal, but now it is, thanks to an event apparently. So Choice Banded Infiltrator U-turn will go through its substitute and usually OHKO it, even through Eviolite. Then we got Night Slash, Aerial Ace is another stab, and then Double Edge, which I'm not sure how Ninjask actually gets that move. I thought it would be good, good coverage, I guess. I mean, it still doesn't help you hit steals. Only Night Slash does, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's legal with Infiltrator. If it's not, we can switch it out to Facade. Most of the time, you're just using Aerial Ace or U-turn anyway. I went with an Adamant Nature because we have 160 base speed. So yeah, turns out the Double Edge is not legal, so we're going to switch that with Facade because I don't think there's anything else that makes sense to put on Ninjask. And so, yeah, that's what we're doing. I forgot to say at the beginning of the episode, or the video, I don't even know what I'm saying because this is my first time recording in like 6 weeks. But if you guys would like to show your support, remember you can do so by leaving a comment down below, or you can click the like button, whatever you want to do. Just wanted to say, you guys have been great on the support while I was gone. I had so many comments to go through. I'm not even through all of them yet. I got through a little over half. But I wanted to make sure I was reading as many as possible, responding. There was over 1,000. It was ridiculous how many comments you guys left. So, yeah, I got my work cut out for me there, and that's always exciting. So here we go, getting into the battle against I Like Staraptor. Interesting team, and again, the Servine is here. Servines apparently are on, like, every team. That and Electabuzz, so I kind of chose a standard Pokemon there. Just like using Electabuzz. In fact, this guy has a Fracture, too. So that's interesting. That U-turn did so much damage. Oh my goodness, 56% to this Whiscash. Whiscash. There's no extra H there. It's not Whiscash. Maybe that's how you pronounce it, but I don't know. It just always bothered me. I don't know. I'm one to talk. I don't know how to pronounce anything, so yeah. I've noticed there's been a lot of lag on Showdown today. It's real. The server's been having a really hard time. Either that or my internet just sucks. Which both of those are probably equally as likely, honestly. So he went for the Dragon Dance. We'll see if he wants to save this Whiscash now, because I can just very easily Giga Drain it and kill it. It is 4 times weak. He does opt to just stay in and go for the Rock Slide. That really doesn't do that much considering he was at +1 there. And with the Giga Drain, the Whiscash goes down. And with the lefties, we get up to 99% of our max HP. So that is a thing. That is a good thing, because we're in great shape here. Great shape. And with that Whiscash out of the way, he doesn't have any immunities to electric type attacks, so we can do a little bit of Volt Turning if that behooves us later on. He's going to come out with the Electabuzz here, which I assume doesn't have anything to hit us with other than HP Ice, which really doesn't scare me because I'm specially defensive. Even if you're Specs, I don't think it's going to do a ridiculous amount of damage. Now, he goes for the Volt Switch, actually, gets a crit, but still it only does 23%, so that's not too bad at all. We'll see what he wants to go into here. I would guess maybe Servine, predicting a Grass type attack. No, he goes into the Fracture, also resisting the Giga Drain there. Huh. Okay, so a little bit of damage on the Fracture. I guess that's something. He's probably going to Dragon Dance here, I would assume. Or either that or go straight for the Poison Jab. Either way, I'm going for the Dragon Tail. I do not think that this thing can one-shot me. No, he goes for the Dragon Dance, and we get a crit. Dragon Tail, 41%, and we bring out the Kingler, which is, again, not a good matchup for him. Now, I think I just want to go for Giga Drain here and be safe. The only thing that I think he could do here would be to switch out the Servine, predicting a Giga Drain. But I could very easily just Dragon Tail again, and at the same time, what is that Servine really going to do to me? I mean, I guess he could come in, set up a substitute, and start Leaf Storming and all that jazz, which is apparently all those things do now. I have to try it out to see if I like it. I should probably get one on Wi-Fi too, since you can get it from an event. I can start breeding it. Anyway, he does go into the Servine, and that takes the Giga Drain like a champ, down to 88%. So now we have a decision to make. Do we want to just stay in and go for a Dragon Tail, or do we want to switch out? Depends. I don't know that I want to switch in Ninjask on a potential HP Ice, or HP Rock, or HP Fire, HP anything, really. Ninjask doesn't like taking hits. Usually he can take one. Yeah, there's the HP Ice. And Dragon Tail misses, which is unfortunate, but not the end of the world, because that HP Ice is only doing 17%. We may see a Leaf Storm here, even though it's not very effective. He just probably wants to get up his +2, I would think. He really doesn't have anything else on the team that can handle this. Yeah, there's the Leaf Storm. Meganium is a problem for a lot of teams. It really, really is. It's so good. It's ridiculous. It's good in some of the higher tiers, too. Not as high up as, like, OU maybe, but you can use it even in UU to some degree. Anyway, we Dragon Tail out the Servine there, and out comes the Kingler, who is looking very ominous. Quite ominous indeed, but he can't do anything to Flora, so I'm feeling pretty safe here. We can Giga Drain it, we can Dragon Tail, predicting another switch. I'm just going to Giga Drain. He does switch out into the Servine, which takes that like a champ again. And I'm just going to Dragon Tail. Every time he has this Servine out, I'm just going to Dragon Tail it away. Now, this match would be almost over, honestly, if we had any kind of hazards up on my opponent's side of the field. He'd be in a lot of trouble. He does just go for the Leaf Storm again. And we missed the Dragon Tail. Again. That's 2 missed Dragon Tails. That is not cool. It's a 90% accuracy move. That is not cool. I'm not going to complain, though, because I missed... How many gunk shots was that just a few days ago? At least on the channel a few days ago. It was like 6 weeks or 7 weeks ago in real time. Still feeling the pain from that, by the way, because I had to go back and, like, you know, I was reading your comments and everybody was sympathizing with me, and I was like, oh my gosh, just bring back all the pain. I just barely got over it just recently, and I'm reliving it now. Anyway, Fracture comes out here. He breaks the mold because he's got that handy-dandy mold breaker ability. Don't know that that's going to really serve him well here. He opts to just go for the Outrage. Just straight up taking out that Meganium. One thing I didn't mention was I actually gave Floor a negative speed nature as opposed to using Calm, which is negative attack, just because it increases the power of Dragon Tail just by a little bit. So that's enough for me. We don't really need Meganium to be outspeeding anything anyway, and it's pretty slow to begin with, so we don't have too much to worry about there. Alright, so we're going to bring out Ninjask here because I can pretty much just kill it with anything. I mean, I guess, not Ninjask, I'm sorry, Electabuzz. I wanted to bring out Ninjask because I really do want Ninjask to just kill things. It's so good at it. Really, really is. But I want to save it for Servine in case it starts doing substitute shenanigans. Anyway, we're going to bring out the Electabuzz. We get off the HP Ice. We do outspeed. And I was a little bit worried that it could have been Scarf, but he changed moves earlier, I think. He either changed moves or what did he do? He used Dragon Dance, yeah, so he wasn't going to be Scarf. So there we go. Fracture is out of the way, so that is a huge offensive threat gone. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Emmy here will take on the Kingler. Oh, and okay, you're just going to bring out the Kingler like that? That is a little bit worrisome. That tells me that you are Scarf. There was no reason for you to just bring it out and sacrifice it unless it is Scarf. So he kind of just tipped his hand there. This could end up being a problem for us, though, because one thing that this team does lack is priority. Ninjask basically is what I use to outspeed things, and I don't have any priorities, so that could be a problem. That Kingler could be a problem. Alright, so we do have Don here who can take its hits fairly well because, I mean, I'm trying to think of its coverage moves. It's got Crab Hammer, it's got Superpower, it's got X-Scissor, all that stuff. I went for the Toxic there, predicting something else to come in. I wasn't sure if it was going to be the Meowstic or the Servine. Servine makes sense because it resists Scald and also doesn't really care too much about a burn. Now we have some residual damage going on this thing, so that is going to help us. We can probably just bring out Scales here, but it's a little bit risky. I already showed the HP Ice. Do I want to do that? I feel like he's going to go for Leaf Storm, but if I predict wrong, I could be in a world of trouble. And you know what? I think I'm just going to live life on the edge here a little bit, and we're going to send out Scales and go in for the kill, because he really doesn't have anything to switch in. Kingler would be a 2-hit KO. So, yeah. He does go for the hidden power, but we do survive it. Wow, that was a good prediction on my opponent's part. I don't know what he was predicting to come in, unless it was Ninjask. I don't really know. Either way, we can just U-turn now. Servine's going to go down. Kingler's going to take a butt-ton of damage. Electabuzz might just die in one hit. Meowstic dies in one hit, definitely, because it's weak to the U-turn, obviously. And yeah, Choice Banded Ninjask. I love it. I absolutely love it with the Infiltrator and everything. Sometimes the speed boost could come in handy, obviously, but you're U-turning in and out so often, you know, that's the move that you're using the most, so the speed boost is kind of a waste. You might as well have something they can hit through substitutes. It's great for taking on the sub Calm Mind users because, yeah, they only raise their special defense, so their physical defense is usually invested in, but you can just come in and hit them with a U-turn, and a lot of times they're also weak to U-turn, so that kind of helps. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm saying anyway a lot, I know that much. Probably because I'm looking for things to say. So, Tusk is going to come out here, and we may just be able to clean this up at this point. Possibly. We're going to have to get a couple of Dragon Dances off in order to be able to outspeed that Kingler. Kingler's just a problem. He's just a problem. So while my opponent is waiting to, or not waiting to, but, you know, deciding on his move, how are you guys doing? It's been forever since I've recorded, so I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in forever. Hope you had a good holiday. Happy New Year to everybody. It's a belated New Year's, because by the time you're seeing this, it's, what is this going up? The 24th of January, something like that. So, yeah, it's about 3.5 weeks too late, but a Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, or Happy Hanukkah, or whatever you celebrated. I had a nice holiday season. Didn't get as much snow as I wanted. Really hoping for a little bit more snow. Last year when I went back to Pennsylvania, I had so much snow, such a snowy winter last year. Not so much this year. I mean, I guess I got more than I would in Texas, but yeah. So that is that. This person is taking a really long time to think about what they're doing here. So I'm going to start the timer. I feel like I've given him enough time to be able to come up with something. Now, in his defense, I don't really know what he can do here. Fracture really does a number on all of his remaining Pokemon, honestly. And because of the fact that I have the Eviolite, I don't think an HP Ice from an Electabuzz is going to one-shot unless he gets a crit. I don't think anything that Kingler has will one-shot us either, because he's got Crab Hammer is his stab. That's not going to be very effective. No way that's taking us out in one hit. X-Scissor and Superpower and all of those, I don't think that's really going to do it for him. So out comes the Electabuzz, and we're probably just safe to go for a Dragon Dance here. Like I said, I don't see any way that this Electabuzz is going to take us out in one hit. So I feel relatively safe here. He opts to just go for the Volt Switch. Interesting choice there. What is he going to go into? The Kingler, perhaps? Hoping that I don't go for a Dragon Dance? I mean, the Kingler's definitely scarfed. We know that much. So it's probably invested in its attack and speed. Not that any Kingler invests any differently. But yeah, so we're up to +1 attack, +1 speed here. The question is, how much is a Dragon Claw going to do? And is it worth it to go for another Dragon Dance, or should I go for the Dragon Claw? I don't know. I'm thinking that Dragon Claw is probably our best play, because I think this Kingler might still outspeed us. I'm thinking. Both Kingler and Fracture are honestly pretty darn slow, even with the speed boost. So he does still outspeed us. He goes for the Superpower, and that is going to actually cause Kingler to go down in one hit here, because he gets a drop to his defenses. But that was probably his most powerful attack. I think he was just going for the kill there, and can't really fault him for that play. I mean, if he went for X-Scissor, that definitely wasn't going to kill. What else does Kingler normally carry? Knockoff, maybe? I mean, that would have gotten rid of my Eviolite, but I don't know that that would have helped him too much, because he doesn't have anything that can outspeed me now, unless he has double Scarfs, which I don't think he does. He's going to go back out into the Electabuzz. It did go for Volt Switch last time. That doesn't really mean anything. All we know is that it's not Life Orb. It could be Specs, could be Scarf, I guess. It's possible. We're going to find out right now, though, because I can just go for a Dragon Claw, and yep, he is not Scarf. That's for sure. Down goes the Electabuzz, and that is pretty much going to be the game here, because Meowstic's going to come out. We can go for a Night Slash, and I doubt very highly that Meowstic is going to survive that. It's pretty darn frail. So, I mean, I guess there's always the possibility that this Meowstic is Scarfed. It is the offensive one, the female. So, I guess, you know, don't want to jump the gun. out comes the Meowstic. I really need to use a Meowstic. I don't think I have any Meowstics bred on Wi-Fi. Maybe I'll include it on the next Showdown team, try to experiment, find a set that I like, and then breed. That would actually make a lot of sense, so I probably won't do that. Anyway, the Meowstic is not Scarf, it just goes down to the Night Slash. That was a good battle, my friend. I like the Staraptor. Thank you very much for the match, and for some reason you're watching this. So yeah, that's going to be the first battle in this little series thing. Looking forward to using this team. I want to see Ninjask get some kills. I would love to see it if Dwebble could get a kill with counter. That would just make my year already. 23 days or 24 days in. If we can get a kill with that, that'd be great. So that's going to be it for this time. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do. And I will see you all next time. And until then, game on.